Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, Chatting with Chops. My name is Karen and I try to make fun and entertaining videos that might teach you something along the way. We're gonna make some soft-baked white chocolate cranberry cookies today, and of course we're gonna try and make them vegan. I got this recipe off a website, and it's Sally's Baking Addiction is the name of the website. Again, it was soft-baked white chocolate cranberry cookies, and we're going to try and make them vegan. So let's get started. As I said, we're going to make some white chocolate cranberry cookies, and we're going to try and make them vegan today. So the first thing it tells you to do is, in a large bowl, you're supposed to put your butter in the mixer and mix it for about a minute. Now, of course, I'm using vegan butter. It's 3/4 cup of unsalted vegan butter. So we're going to mix that up for about a minute and get it nice and smooth and creamy. So we creamed our butter, and now it wants us to add 3/4 cup of brown sugar. So let me pull that up so y'all can see a little bit. 1, 2, 3/4 cup of brown sugar, and then we're supposed to use 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, which we're going to use Stevia today, which is just basically a substitute for sugar. It's an equal substitute, and of course it's naturally vegan, so we like using it. So we're going to put that in, and then we are going to mix on high speed, and it says to get it until it's fluffy and light in color. And this would be a really great time to use an attachment that I have with my mixer. This is one of those little funnel covers, and it's supposed to kind of help keep everything in the bowl. So we're going to put that on, and we're going to mix away. So we got that mixed in. Now is when they say that you should add your egg and your vanilla extract, which of course we're not using egg because we're making a vegan recipe. So we're going to use 1/2 cup. Again, I show you guys, I like to use these little unsweetened applesauce cups that are about 4 ounces, and that's about 2 eggs in there. So I usually just scoop out about half of that as my egg. And then it wants 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. 1 and 2. And now we're supposed to beat that on high speed. Woo, everything's on high with this recipe. I just wanted to show you guys real quick how light and fluffy this batter is already. This cookie dough is super light and fluffy. I guess that's the beating it on high constantly. So we're going to scrape down the sides real quick, make sure we got everything good and mixed. Get everything off of our paddle. All right, so the next thing it's asked you to do is to put together. This has 2 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of cornstarch, 1 teaspoon of baking soda. It's asked for 1/2 teaspoon of salt, but I don't use salt in my baking unless it's bread. And so it's asked us to combine all of this together. And now what we're going to do on low speed is we're going to slowly mix this in with the wet ingredients until it's fully combined. The next thing it's asking us to do is to add our white chocolate chips and our dried cranberries. It wants 3/4 cup. All right. So we're going to add those in. And then it asks for 3/4 cup of the white chocolate chips. So we're going to use 3/4 cup of these. And really, they all taste the same to me. So we have 3/4 cup of those, and then we're just going to mix those in real quick. This is one of those recipes that these cookies need to sit in the fridge for a little while. It says you can do them for up to at least 2 hours. Max is 2 days. And obviously if you let it, the longer they stay in the fridge, the longer you're going to need to give them a little bit of time to thaw out when you take your dough out of the fridge. So we're going to transfer this over. All right. And so from here, what we're going to do is we're just going to pop a lid on this. And these are actually Revere bowls that I bought 100 years ago. And they have these awesome lids that came with them. So nice little plastic lids that fit perfectly. So we're just going to pop that in the fridge. And we've let the cookie dough sit in the fridge for a couple of hours. And then we've brought it back up to room temperature. So the next thing we're supposed to do is just scoop and roll is what they call it. I am currently preheating my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And then I have my cookie sheets ready to put my cookies on. And it's just saying that you're supposed to scoop the balls of dough, about 1 heaping tablespoon of dough each in 2 balls, and place 10 to 12 on your baking sheet. So that's what I'm going to do. Just roll them up in a bowl, and I'm going to put them on a plate first because that way I can just roll out a whole bunch of them and get them ready to put on my cookie sheet while my oven is preheating. And I would probably recommend, if your house is a little bit warmer, in between making your cookies, you might want to stick it back in the fridge if it starts looking a little bit too soft. Right now it's, you know, it's not cold to the touch, so that's good. And I don't know if you can see, I'm just rolling them into just about a 1-inch ball. And then we're just going to keep doing this until we get them all rolled up. And we're going to put them in the oven for 350 degrees. It says to cook them from 10 to 12 minutes. And again, if you have an older oven, just keep a close eye on that to make sure that they don't burn. They're just supposed to be kind of golden brown on the edges. Didn't they turn out pretty? It said to get them lightly golden brown. I'm turning my temperature back just a little bit. I think they might be a little too brown. Now, if you've watched any of my past videos, you know I usually leave mine on the cookie sheet for about 2 minutes. This particular recipe says that when they come out, they're going to still look very, very soft, and they do. They do not look set all the way. And you're supposed to leave them on the cookie sheet for 5 minutes. All right, time to pull them off the cookie sheet, and let's see how they look. Oh, they're still very soft and nice and golden brown on the bottom. I'm sure you could make them bigger if you wanted to. Since I have not made this recipe before, I decided I would keep them relatively small. And one other thing to keep in mind is you're supposed to let the cookie sheets completely cool before you put your cookies on there for the next batch to be baked. So it might help if you've got a couple of extra cookie sheets running around. There you have it. Wonderful, soft baked white chocolate cranberry cookies. I put vegan plant-based butter in here, and then we also used vegan chocolate. So that was really the only 2 things that we had to change for this cookie. It is soft baked, so it's nice and brown on the bottom, and it's super soft, which I think makes it really good. And that's really good. It has a super soft taste to it. So I'm going to say this was a success. If you like this video, please like and subscribe so you can see future videos I make. And I will see you on the next bake. Thanks, everybody. Welcome to Chatting with Chops. My name is Karen.